Okay, on today's menu is going to be a homemade style soup. Made quick, made easy. Go over my ingredients here. I've got some vegetables that I like, some corn, snap beans, butter beans, black eyed peas. Always got to have a little bit of cayenne pepper in it. Crushed red. I used homemade jarred tomatoes that my mama did this summer. Typically put a quart in my soup. I don't have that. This is all I got left from what she gave me. And it is a pint here, so I'm having to substitute some Hunt's diced tomatoes there, and of course steak, because that's what I like in mine. So let's get on it. Okay, first off, get my soup pot that I use, and I take and put a little bit of olive oil there in the bottom, and I sear the steaks pretty good on each side. I don't try to fully cook them or anything. Alright, so after I seared the steak, I just took all my cans of vegetables there and I just dumped it in, juice and all. And the Hunt's diced tomatoes there, and then this pint jar of my mama's homemade that she made this summer. I'm going to add that in there too. Alright, on my steak, all I do after I sear it like so, I just, looks good enough to eat like that. I just cut it up in little chunks, kind of like beef stew comes. You can cut it in chunks, strips, whatever suits your fancy. It don't really matter. I normally just cut it up in strips and then I come back, cross cut it again. And I let it cook, finish cooking in the soup. All them juices and everything render together. Just cross cut it like this. Sometimes it'll pull apart like that. That's okay. It ain't no biggie. It's all gonna end up in the same place anyway. But you can use any meat that you want. Some people use hamburger. I like steak. Most of the time, if I've got leftover steak, like we grill out one night, I'll use it. Like I said, I always make a big pot. Like when I'm doing chili or soup or something, I make a big pot, and that way I can bag and freeze what I don't eat, and that'll be future meals down the road. Just, you know, to conserve and save there a little bit. Especially my chili. I always freeze and bag my chili in sections because we use our homemade chili in spaghetti as spaghetti sauce. Very seldom do we buy spaghetti sauce. I always make a great big pot of chili and then I use that, and then we freeze small bags for like hamburgers and hot dogs and things like that. So once I get that done, I just put that in my pot there. Let her cook. Okay, after everything, all my ingredients is there. It was boiling. I've cut it back, letting it simmer. I added my seasoning. I added a teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of black pepper. I added a tablespoon of red pepper. And for a secret ingredient, guess what it was? I put a cup and a half of ketchup in it. Some people might frown on that, but that's the way I like it. I like ketchup in my homemade soup. To me, it just adds a little bit more sweetness to it that I like. And then I also, with that and the tomatoes and everything in there, I added a little bit, about a half teaspoon of sugar, just to help cut the acidity down a little bit. And let it come to a boil, cut back, simmer for about 30-45 minutes. Being their canned vegetables, it won't take that long. Just wanted to make sure that everything kind of blends in together, renders good, together nice. And serve and eat. And then what you don't eat, once it cools, you can put up and freeze, and you'll have another meal for another day.